Welcome to this episode. We're actually heading south. Hopefully we'll be able to skip a winter. So we're actually prepping right now and we're getting on our way. See you soon. We had a blip of snow and below freezing point, and that's it. We've had enough of it. Our itinerary brings us to Kentucky, Missouri, Texas, New Mexico, and finally Arizona. That is over 3,700 kilometers or 2,300 miles. Of course, we had to cross the border, and with all the scares on the news, it was a breeze. Regular questions, friendly custom agent, process was done under 5 minutes. That was pretty quick actually. Our first pit stop is Louisville, Kentucky, home of Churchill Downs and Bourbon City. The camping location was so-so, but being so close to Louisville downtown was the selling point. While on the road, we don't really care about the camping location as long as it is safe. We normally use a location as a base camp to explore the area. On this stop, we decided to stay a bit longer to visit the Kentucky Derby Museum at Churchill Downs. Quite grandiose venue and so much history there. The first ever Derby was back in 1835 and they never missed a year since then. The Churchill Downs Museum is well worth it with all its history and famous trainer Wayne Lucas and jockey Bill Shoemaker. On top of that, you get to stand at trackside and see where the history was made. While in Bourbon City, we couldn't avoid stopping at a distillery and elected to stop at Angel's Envy for a tour and tasting. My first and favorite bourbon. It's also the first time visiting a distillery, and it's fairly similar to a winery or brewery with some steps that are different and of course the main ingredients. Bourbon needs a few things to be legally called bourbon. The ABCs are for A, being American made, B for barrel, where it needs to be aged in a new charred oak barrel, and C for a minimum content of 51% corn. It was a great visit, and we bought enough of the Angel's delicacy for a few months. As adventurers, we couldn't miss visiting the Falls of the Ohio, where Lewis and Clark met in October 1803 for their westward expedition through newly acquired territories. The Ohio River is very active with possible flooding. The latest one was in the spring of 2025. Next stop, Springfield, Missouri. The drive from Louisville was long and very windy. With a steady headwind, the gas consumption went from bad to very bad, especially with the colder weather. All is good, I had a few more breaks during the 7-hour drive. We didn't do anything special at the location other than doing a quick walk around the campground, which was very nice. Next stop, Amarillo, Texas. Now, this drive from Springfield, Missouri was somewhat familiar as we did Route 66 last year and it's pretty close to what we did. Except this time, we stayed on the highway instead of going through every little town and village. Arrival at Amarillo KOA was uneventful. They had us quickly situated and the weather was a bit warmer, like no one was looking at me weird for wearing shorts. Yeah, right. However, the next morning, the temperature dropped again near freezing point and decided to stay cozy in the trailer. Jax also agreed with us. Almost there, next up, Deming, New Mexico. I was happy to leave freezing Amarillo, and this drive through Highway 70 was very picturesque between Roswell and Las Cruces. On our way, we stopped at the White Sands National Park. This was an unplanned stopover, and we're so happy we added it. As the name implies, the White Sands are a humongous gypsum deposit that can be seen from space. It really feels weird as it looks and feels like snow, but it was well above freezing point. The place is surreal and very beautiful with mountain range in the distance. Add this park to your next stop, it is well worth the visit. As we continued towards Deming and passing through Las Cruces, we were less than 20 minutes away from the Mexican border. Crazy when you think about it that we drove through the entire north to south country. The campsite was just a sleeping pad with all services, and for once, there were no trains or planes noises waking us up. Our last leg to our final destination, Mesa, Arizona. The route to Mesa was uneventful and about half the distance as the others. We arrived early afternoon, time to check in, park the unit, and start to explore the resort. Hope you enjoyed. That will be it for this episode. Next time, we'll cover the resort where we're staying at and the surrounding area of Mesa, Arizona. This is only the beginning of this adventure, and there will be lots to do and see. See you soon.